Just check. Lesson 2. You're very, very welcome. And seems to be working okay on my phone. There's me, and I can hear myself. So it seems to be working okay. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. And we'll get going in about 3 minutes. Because this is a live lesson, I just like to give everyone a few minutes to get in before we start. And there's some really important stuff at the beginning of the lesson. So just wait about 3 minutes. And thank you to everybody who watched lesson 1, completed the task, looked at the feedback. It was great to see so many of you trying to improve your writing so that you can improve your IELTS scores and, at the end of the day, improve your lives by moving to the country of your dreams and get the job of your dreams. So thank you very much for taking action. The people who take action, the people who do things, are the people who get the scores that they need. So well done for that. Thank you to everybody who is saying loud and clear. Everything seems to be working. Excellent. And hello to everybody saying hello in the comments and good morning. It's currently 9 a.m. or nearly 9 a.m. here in Ireland. And hope everyone is good. We'll get going in about 2 minutes. In the comments, just let me know where you're watching from. It's always good to see maybe put in the city or the region that you're in your country. And then I'll be able to see where all you guys are at. I'm currently in Northern Ireland. If you know what that is. Not a very big place, but it's where I live. Okay. And apologies about the live lesson yesterday. We got about 45 minutes into the lesson and then it just stopped completely. And we found out that somebody said that we copyright striked or something. Basically, someone said that our video was their video, which obviously it wasn't because it's a live video. But anyway, that shouldn't happen today. But if it does, don't worry. Like I did yesterday, I'll record it immediately and send it to you all. But it shouldn't happen twice. Hopefully not. I think we removed a few people from the group yesterday. So hopefully that solves that problem. Okay, let's see where you guys are. Let's see if I've been in any of the places that you've been. So, Lagos, Nigeria, never been there. Bangladesh, never been there. Saudi Arabia, never been there. South Africa, my brother is in South Africa. Dubai, I've been in the airport in Dubai. Beirut, I'd love to go to Beirut. Algeria, Iraq. Flew over Iraq. I've never been in Iraq. New Zealand. I used to live in New Zealand for a year. Philippines, Nigeria, Tonga, Myanmar. I've been in Myanmar. Not in Yangon. No, was I? Yeah, I was in Yangon. Ankara, Turkey, Hong Kong, Kazakhstan, India, Pakistan, Botswana. Thailand, many times I've been there. Prague and the Czech Republic, been there before. Excellent. So lots of places that I have been, and lots of places that I haven't been. Excellent. Okay, guys, 1 more minute, and then we'll get going. And today we're going to focus on writing our main body paragraphs, which is the most important part of the essay. So should be a good lesson. Okay, so let me share my screen with you. You've seen enough of my face. And let's just check that that is all working. You've seen enough of my face. And it is working. Excellent. Okay. All right, guys. So just a couple of things before we start. Number one, if you have any questions, please wait until the end and ask the questions at the end, because I can't answer questions and teach at the same time. And number two, if anyone has any technical problems in the comments, just help them out. I don't have time to help people with their IT issues and teach at the same time. So we just help each other out in the comments. Okay, guys, so let's get going. So let's remind ourselves of the 7 steps that we're taking to improve our IELTS writing this week. So yesterday at 9 a.m., we showed you how to write good introductions, and we gave you the feedback lesson. Both of those lessons are in this Facebook group now and will be there until the end of the week. So if you didn't look at the introduction video, or you didn't look at that feedback video yesterday, don't worry, you can go back and catch up. But we will delete everything at the end of the week. So after this lesson, if you haven't, go and catch up there. Today, we're going to focus on main body paragraphs, and I'm going to set you a task at the end, and then at 2 p.m. today, we'll be giving you more feedback. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to finish off our essay by looking at how to write effective conclusions. And then we'll also have a feedback session on Wednesday. Then on Wednesday, I'll be telling you how you can take things to the next level as well. So let's look in detail what we're going to do today. We're going to look at how to use our introduction as the foundation for the rest of our essay. This is really, really important. And this is something that my VIP students find very, very useful and has really improved their scores and made their life much easier, as using their introduction as a plan or a foundation for the rest of their essay. I'm going to show you how to do that. Also going to look at how to write MBPs, main body paragraphs. So that means topic sentences, explanations, and examples. And I'm going to share how to do these things differently from any way that I've shown you guys before, to make it much easier for you. And I'm also, most importantly, going to give you your homework task. Thank you to everybody who did their homework task yesterday. I know that you're not getting individual feedback on your homework tasks. That is not the point. The point is that you do these things. If you do them, you're going to improve. So make sure you get those done. Okay, so as we said yesterday, there are 5 different types of essay question, and we are just focusing on one. We're just focusing on double questions. So the things that we're going to teach you this week are not applicable to the other types of questions, simply because we just don't have time. So we're only focusing on double questions this week. But luckily for you, double questions relate to the other types of questions. So you're going to learn a lot, especially the main body paragraphs and conclusions. A lot of you yesterday in the live Q&A were asking questions about how to join our VIP course. We may have a special offer when the results come out on Thursday. So we may have some places available on Thursday, and we might have a special offer for you guys. But let's focus on this free course first. I'll give you lots of information about this on Wednesday and Thursday, but let's focus just on the free course first. My goal is to help as many of you for free as possible, and then we can talk about the VIP course later. So let's just remind ourselves about the structure that we're using. It's a basic, simple 4-paragraph structure that is extremely effective and easy to learn. We simply write our introduction. So we looked in detail at how to write that yesterday. We looked at, or we're going to look today at, our main body paragraphs. So main body paragraph 1, answer the first question. Main body paragraph 2, second question. And then we're going to write our conclusion. So yesterday we looked in detail at this part. Today we're going to look in detail at this part. And then tomorrow we're going to look in detail at this part. All right. But today we're going to look at how to use our introduction as the foundation to plan out and write the rest of our essay. Okay. So let's remind ourselves of the sample question. Most of you will be familiar with this already. Anybody who is not familiar, feel free to take a screenshot or take a photo of the screen just to familiarize yourself with this question. Many working people get little or no exercise either during the working day or in their free time and have health problems as a result. Why do many working people not get enough exercise, and what can be done about this problem? So let's look at the thing that I've been talking about a lot, which is using your introduction to write your main body, using your introduction as a guide or a plan or a foundation to write the rest of your essay. So this is the introduction from one of our VIP students yesterday for that question. As a consequence of getting minimal exercise, either while at work or when they are off, employed people suffer from health issues. So they paraphrased the question there. This is because of a lack of time, answer number 1, undesignated gym sessions could solve this problem, answer number 2. So how do we use our introduction as a mini plan? Well, what is the first main body going to be about? A lack of time. What is the second main body going to be about? Designated gym sessions could solve this problem. So hopefully you see, look here, our introduction tells us exactly what we're going to write in the main body. In black here, this is what we're going to put into main body 1. And in blue here, this is what we're going to put into main body 2. So this does a few things. Number 1, you know exactly what you're going to write about. You're not going to get confused. You're not going to get lost. It's going to be very simple for you to organize and structure your essay. Also, it makes it very easy for the examiner to know what you're going to write about. And then when he or she looks at your main body paragraphs, they will know they will know that it all links up and it makes sense. Okay, so it makes it easy for you and easy for the examiner. So what is a main body paragraph? This is the most important part. All right, introductions are important, conclusions are important, but the main body paragraphs are the most important. This is where you will make your reasoned argument. This is not where you write everything you know about the topic. This is not where you list multiple main ideas. This is where you make your reasoned argument. If you don't understand what a reasoned argument is, go back and look at lesson 1. Your reasoning is often referred to as idea development. So you're taking one idea in each paragraph and you're developing that idea. So there's 3 elements of a main body paragraph, not 3 sentences, 3 elements. It might be 3 sentences, it might be 4, it might be 5. Don't worry about the number of sentences. Don't worry about the number of words. Focus on the quality and the contents of your main body paragraph. So in order to write a very high quality main body paragraph, there should be 3 things. Number 1, topic sentence. This is where you include your main idea. A lot of you are asking questions in the comments. I can't teach and answer questions at the same time. So just wait until the end and then I'll answer any questions that you have at the end. Number 2, explanation. This is your reason or your reasoning. And number 3, your example, when you're providing your evidence. Okay. Topic sentence. So this is the first element. So we're going to look at in detail now how to write a topic sentence, how to write an explanation, and how to write an example. All right. So this is how I teach IELTS. We take everything and we break it down into simple, easy to understand parts. Think of it as if you're eating a big meal. Imagine you're eating a big steak, or if you're vegetarian, a big vegetable. You don't try and put it all in your mouth at the same time. You cut it up into easy bite-sized pieces. That is what we're doing here with you. So now we're going to break topic sentences down, break explanations down, break examples down into easy, digestible, bite-sized pieces. Topic sentences. What a topic sentence does is it tells the reader what the paragraph is about. It's really important that you guys understand the purpose, the reason why you write every sentence. So why do you write a topic sentence? It just tells the reader this is what it is about. It helps the reader. Think of it as a flag or a signal telling the reader what the main idea is. Okay. And should be short and simple. Does not need to be a complex sentence. It might be a complex sentence. It might not be. Don't worry about, is it a complex sentence or is it a simple sentence? Worry about, is it an effective sentence? Does it do what it's supposed to do, which is tells the reader what the main paragraph is about? It just takes your main idea and says, hello, Mrs. Reader or Mr. Reader, here's what my paragraph is about. So let's have a look at some samples from one of our VIP students. So this is the question here in blue. In her introduction, she said, this is because of a lack of time to the first question. And this is what she's done with her topic sentence. A hectic lifestyle leaves most working adults with little time for working out. So as you can see, it is the same idea, but they've used different words. Okay. So in other words, what they've done is they've taken this and they paraphrased it. Okay. So they've stated the same idea, but in a different way. All right. So it is just a short, simple sentence explaining the main idea of the topic. All right. So that's your first sentence in your main body paragraph. Now, once we have that, we need to move on to our explanation. So we've got our topic sentence. That's the first part. Now we need to explain this topic sentence. So think of explanations as reasons why you believe your main idea or why you think your main idea is correct. All right. So look at your main idea. Look at your topic sentence. Why do you believe that? Why do you think that answers the question? Why do you think it's correct? Remember that you're providing the reader with a reasoned argument. You cannot simply state a main idea and hope it is developed by writing some random ideas. That is what most people do. All right, what most people do is they'll just write lots and lots of different ideas. Some people are saying that they can't hear me or they have no sound. You need to turn the sound on your own device. So can the people watching this just help those people out? They just have to click the sound button on the video or turn the sound up. So you cannot simply state a main idea and hope it is developed by writing some random ideas. All right, you have to do it a little bit more strategically in that. So why do most people not provide explanations? They assume the person knows what they mean. All right. So for example, let's say you're writing about global warming and the causes of global warming. A lot of people will write things like the cause of global warming is carbon dioxide. And they will assume that, oh, everybody in the world knows that, so I don't have to explain that. And they also assume that, oh, IELTS examiners are highly intelligent people. They will know that, so I shouldn't have to explain that. Both of those things are not true. All right. So don't assume that the person reading this knows what you're talking about. Don't assume that this person has knowledge of the topic. Assume the opposite, in fact, that they know nothing about what you're talking about. Also, people are not used to writing arguments. Most people do not write anything. They might write text messages, they might write emails, but not many people write essays. People watching this, how many essays have you produced in 2020? Probably not that many. What is that? How many essays does the average person write per year? It's probably way less than one. What most people do is they speak instead of writing. And when you're speaking, people can ask you follow-up questions. They can ask you, what do you mean? What does that mean? Can you explain that? Can you repeat that? So when you're writing, people cannot ask you follow-up questions. It is very, very, very different from speaking, which is why most people aren't very good at writing. And they also confuse stating their main idea again with an explanation. All right. So most people, whenever they are writing their explanations, they just repeat their topic sentence again and again and again and again without truly explaining it. So what if you get stuck? A lot of people complain that when they write their topic sentence and they get stuck, their mind just goes blank. So here are a few things that you can do when you're writing explanations if you get stuck and you can't think of anything. So what? So this is what my English teacher used to say to me whenever I was writing essays. So we would be sitting in the classroom, when we were teenagers, and he would stand over us and point at our main points with his finger and just say, so what? So what? And what he was getting us to do was explain what that means. So if you are really stuck, think of me standing over you saying, so what? Explain that more. Or how would you explain this to someone who knows nothing about the topic? So if you were explaining this to your grandmother or your grandfather or your 5-year-old son, or someone who knows nothing about this topic, what would you say to them? Would you speak to them differently from someone who's an expert in this topic? Of course. Always write it to someone who knows nothing about the topic, and that will force you to write further explanations. If someone completely disagreed with you, how would you convince them? So imagine I'm saying, no, you're wrong. I don't agree with you. You wouldn't just say, no, I'm right. Well, a lot of people would say that actually, but that is not a very good argument. It's a terrible argument to say, no, I'm just right because. Because why? Convince me. Or put yourself in someone else's shoes. How would you win this argument? A lot of people complain that they can't write explanations and they say, well, I know nothing about this topic. A lot of people say, I'm a doctor. I don't know anything about this. Or I'm a nurse. I don't know anything about this. Or I'm a software developer. I don't know anything about this. So put yourself in someone else's shoes. Think about it from someone else's perspective. Okay. And then you will be able to improve things. So are any of these sufficient examples? So this is the topic sentence. And I want you to look at these and say, yes, they are good, or no, they're no good. People work more than ever before, meaning they don't have time to work out. In this modern world, people have little time to work out than ever before. Or many people work long hours and have many responsibilities other than going to the gym. Are any of these good? So just wait a minute and have a look at the comments. Take a look at these and think about them. Are any of these good explanations? Any at all? Ishan says no. Someone says hi. Princess says no. Why? So explain why. Why are they not? Someone says 1 is good, 2 is not good. So why? A lot of people say the third one is good. Why? So none of you have provided an explanation, which is interesting. Maybe because I didn't ask you for one. But if we have a look at these, all 3 are terrible. They're terrible. Why are they terrible? Including number 3. Number 3 is not good at all. This is number 3. Why are they not good? A lot of you think 3 is very good. So nobody can figure it out. They're just repeating exactly what was said in the topic sentence. A hectic lifestyle leaves most working adults with little time for working out. Means exactly the same as people work out more than ever before, meaning they don't have time to work out. Just means exactly the same thing. In this modern world, people have little time to work out than ever before, repeating the same thing again. Many people work long hours, repeating the same thing, and have many responsibilities other than going to the gym. Just exactly the same thing. Okay? So do not do this. This is a very, very, very common problem where people just state one thing and then repeat it over and over and over again. If I read these explanations, I have no idea what this person means. I have no idea why they believe this to be true. They haven't provided any reasons whatsoever. They've just repeated the same thing again and again and again and again. So win the argument. Imagine somebody says, "You're lazy. Why do you not work out?" All right. So a hectic lifestyle. Imagine you're talking to someone and they say, "You're fat. You're lazy. You're not fit. Why is that?" And you say, "It's because I'm really busy. I don't have time." And they said, "No, you're just lazy. Why do you not work out?" You would then have to explain how having a hectic lifestyle means that you can't work out, and that means that you're not very healthy. All right, so you need to explain all of these things. So have a look at these. Are these explanations sufficient? Are they good enough? So this is the topic sentence in red. Here's the first explanation. Most people work from 9 to 5 with only a short lunch break and a long commute on top of this. This leaves them with only a few hours in the evening for things other than work. Often they are so exhausted that free time is spent on more relaxing activities such as watching television or surfing the internet. What do you think of these explanations? Are they better than the ones before? In the comments, let me know. Someone says all are good. These are better. Why? Yes, better. Why? Very good. Why? Third is good. Why? See, none of you are explaining anything. You're just saying, yeah, I think it's good, but you're not explaining why you think it's good. Yes. So this is our VIP students' explanation. So do you understand why she thinks this is true? If you're reading this, do you understand what she thinks about this point? And is she being reasonable? Yes, she's being extremely reasonable because she's fully explaining why people don't have time and what this leads to. It leads to them not working out because they're exhausted. All right. So is she trying to show off? Is she trying to do anything fancy? No. She's keeping it simple. It is extremely clear, extremely easy to understand. And this is why this student was so successful. I believe that she got a band 8, not necessarily for this paragraph, because you can't give a band score to a paragraph, but she went on to get a band 8 in her writing test. So now let's look at examples. Your main ideas and reasons are not enough. You must go one step further. All right. It's not enough just to give your topic sentence and an explanation. The strongest arguments have proof. The strongest arguments have evidence. For example, Real Madrid are the best team in Spain. That's my topic sentence. They are the best because they have the best players and a world-class coach. That's my explanation. They finished the league season with 87 points, 5 more then Barcelona in second. So you'll often hear people arguing about football teams and cricket teams. You'll hear people arguing about who is the best musician or artist or things like that, very subjective things. What you can do is just give proof. So can anyone say that Real Madrid are not the best team in Spain? No, because I provided proof. I provided evidence. All right. So it's a very, very simple example, but you'll often get people arguing about things like this. I like Barcelona. I think they're the best. I think Real Madrid are the best. Well, let's just look at the scoreboard. Let's just look at the league table. Look at the data, in black and white. Okay. Someone says, I don't agree with your thing. Yeah. Your feelings are, your feelings don't come into it. We're talking about fact. All right. Example. I'm not a Real Madrid supporter, by the way. I just saw it in the news today. So I just put it in there because I saw it in the news. So examples do not need to be true, but they must make sense. All right. So a common question that we always get from people is, what if I can't think of anything? What if I can't think of any evidence? Well, you can make them up, but be very, very, very careful if you do, because if you make them up and they don't make any sense, then you've lowered your band score. However, it is best if they are true. You avoid using research, avoid using statistics. Why? Well, I can do that because writing IELTS is my job and I'm quite good at it. But most students, 99% of students, mess that up. They're not very good at writing research and statistics, so avoid that. We're going to show you a better way of doing it. Again, if you were arguing with someone, what evidence would you use to prove your argument? All right, imagine you are arguing with someone and they say, well, I don't believe you. And you just make up some study and you say, well, according to recent research, a study at Oxford University said that 97% of people agree with me. That person would just laugh at you in your face and they would win the argument. So don't do that. You should avoid using personal examples as well. They normally do not prove the general point. So don't say, my cousin did this, or my father did this, or I personally did this. All right. Try thinking of a personal example and then making it more general. All right. A lot of you are asking questions. I'm answering the questions in the lesson. So just watch the lesson. And if you have any questions at the end, let me know. Okay. This will help you think of an example and then make it stronger. So you're going to think of a personal example and then you're going to make it more general. You're going to convert it to a more general thing. All right. We're going to show you how to do this. It's a very, very effective way. So here's a personal example. My grandfather smoked 40 cigarettes a day and he lived until he was 100. So smoking is fine. Okay. So are personal examples good? No. All right. This is a personal example. It might be 100% true. Lots of people smoked 40 cigarettes a day and lived until they were 100. Does that mean smoking is fine? No. Personal examples are so personal that they do not demonstrate the general point. Okay, so avoid them. But what you can do is you can take a personal example and make it more general. So for example, here's a personal example. My sister worked in a bookshop in my town and it closed down because of competition from Amazon. Is this example good? Well, no. Why? Because it is too personal. The bookshop might have closed down because it was a bad bookshop. It might have closed down because people in the town had no money. It might have closed down because the owner didn't know how to run a bookshop. It might have closed down for many, 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 many reasons. What your sister says is not valid. Okay? But what you can do is take this experience from your own life and convert it into a more general example. Many online retailers in the UK closed down recently because of competition from online retailers. So can you see what I've done here? I've taken a real example from my real life and I have converted it into a more general example. So I live in the UK. Many online retailers, instead of the one bookshop that my sister works at, many online retailers in the UK closed down recently because of competition from, sorry, that means offline. My mistake. Apologies if anyone was confused. So many offline retailers in the UK closed down recently because of competition from online retailers. Okay, so you can see what I've done there. The best examples always use your own experience. They do not make up statistics and research. They are not personal examples. They are from your own experience. So here's another one. My little cousin got coronavirus and she was fine. Does this prove that coronavirus is not harmful to children? Does this prove anything about coronavirus? No. We can convert that. In general, small children have not been as badly affected by the coronavirus. Okay, so as you can see, my little cousin got it and no problem. She was fine. But that does not prove anything about coronavirus because there are millions, hundreds of millions of people affected. We need to convert it and make it more general. In general, small children have not been as badly affected by the coronavirus. So here's an example of an example. So here's our VIP student, and here's her example. For example, I work around 80 hours a week, leaving me with no time to work out. Okay, so what we did was say, okay, this is a little bit too personal. It doesn't really mean anything because you're just talking about you. What is your job? She was worked in a hospital. Okay, so let's convert that and make it a little bit more general. For example, many medical professionals, so making it more general, in the UK, where she lives, spend more than 80 hours per week on work-related activities, leaving them with little time to work out. Okay, so you can see she's converted a personal example into more general one. Okay, so this is very strong evidence that what she said is true. And also you'll notice that this example is completely linked up to the topic sentence and is completely linked up to the explanation. Everything is linked up. That is cohesion. Okay, it is one cohesive paragraph. The explanation explains the topic sentence. The example provides evidence for the topic sentence. Don't write an example that is totally unrelated to the rest of your paragraph. Okay. So here is your homework task. Look at the question below. Follow the steps outlined in this lesson and write a main body paragraph for the first question. Just write one main body paragraph for the first question only. Do not write a whole essay. Do not write one introduction. Write one main body paragraph for the first question. Take a look at the question. Nowadays, museums and historical sites are mainly visited by foreign tourists instead of locals. Why is this happening? What can be done to get locals to visit museums and historical sites more? Just answer this question. Why is this happening? And put it into a main body paragraph. Okay. I'll give you a minute, or not a minute, 20 seconds to read that or take a photo of it, a screenshot, whatever. I'll also send you the replay of this you'll get an email from me in about 10 minutes with everything, the whole lesson recorded. Okay. Okay, guys, so here are the rules. Only post tasks below this video. Do not email them to me, please. We're receiving too many emails from people at the moment. We're human beings. We can't process thousands of emails. So just post it here. We will give targeted feedback to everyone. Please don't ask for individual feedback. There are more than 20,000 people in this group. I'm one human being. I cannot give individual feedback to 20,000 people. And number 3, 3 p.m., 2 p.m. I'm making lots of mistakes, guys, today. See, everyone's human. See you at 2 p.m. UK time today for feedback and live Q&A. Thank you very much, guys. If you do have a question that you really do need help with, this is our email address, but please don't send your homework tasks to us via email. That is not what the email is for. The email is to help you guys out